Welcome to the House Wolf K-9 Dog Biscuit Kitchen, and today we're going to be making a lamb and beef vegetable stew. It's a great winter hearty meal. We feed raw and cooked, but if you do commercial foods, this is a great top dresser that you can add. We're going to start out now to make this stew with 2 pounds of beef, and you're going to cut that into small cubes. Just throw that right into your pot. This is just like if you're making a stew for yourself or for your family. Not much different. And that's the beef. I'm going to now go into the lamb, and I have 1.5 pounds of lamb, and again you're going to cut into small cubes. Now if your K-9 has any type of issues with too much fat, of course you're going to want to trim that off, but if not, a little bit of fat is going to be good in your stew, which is also some great flavor. And once you've cut all to your meat, you're then going to go into your vegetables. I have 3 carrots already peeled, and you're going to just dice them up into small dices. Again, you want all your vegetables always cooked for your K-9s. We don't want to feed them raw vegetables. They have a very hard time digesting them. And once all of your vegetables are all chopped up and small, you'll just add those as these carrots into your pot. You're then going to do 2 large sweet potatoes, also done in a small dice. These will break down as they cook. You will hardly see the sweet potato. And into your pot. To do this also the same with your zucchini, and I'll be using 2 zucchini. I'm going to cut them into dices. So, and the smaller you can cut your vegetables, the better. And again, those are going to go right into your pot. And you're going to do the same thing with your kale. I'm going to be using 1 pound of washed kale leaves. You're going to grab small bunches of it, and you're just going to cut it like julienne style. Very small. Gather it, go the other way, so that you have small pieces of kale. That will go right into your pot. Once you have all these vegetables put in, you're then going to add 1 package of frozen peas, and that is 1 pound, right into your pot. You're going to add 8 cups of chicken stock. This is our homemade chicken stock that we have here. The store chicken stock has too many added ingredients. You'll even notice that they use onion and mushroom in some of the chicken stock. Then I'm going to add 2 cups of brown rice, and organic would be the best to have. You're then going to add 1 cup of quinoa, and you're going to want to wash and rinse that when you use it. In, you're going to add 1 cup of oats into your pot, and then I'm going to use a tablespoon of turmeric, which is wonderful for K-9s. It helps in joint aid. 1 level spoon into your pot, and you're going to be cooking that for about 45 minutes. You're going to start on a high boil and reduce it to a simmer with a lid on, and about 45 minutes for cook time. Now that the stew has come to a complete boil, you're going to want to give it a stir. And make sure that you bring bottom to top. And then you're going to lower the heat to a simmer, which I'm doing right now. And then you're going to place a lid onto it and let it cook for about 45 minutes. And you'll maybe want to add a little bit of water at the very end if it becomes a little too thick. Okay, I've noticed that the stew is a little bit thicker than I want it to be, so I'm going to add 2 more cups of water to the stew. It's close to being done. I'm going to stir this and make sure there's nothing at the bottom that's sticking. And I'm going to place the lid back on and let it cook for about another 10 minutes, and this stew is ready. The beef, lamb, and vegetable stew has cooled, and we are now going to place it into portion cups. This way you can freeze this and use it whenever you need. It's better to make a large batch than to always make small amounts when you're making your food for your dogs. Keisha and Struga get this on top of their raw feeding. We use about a half cup to their raw meats. And we certainly hope that you enjoy making this stew as much as Keisha and Struga enjoy eating it. Struga in the House Wolf kitchen trying the stew. I would say he says 4 paws up on the stew. I would say that this gets a high approval. He's just about done. And all we see is stainless steel. What a good boy, Struga. What a good boy. That was a good boy.